So what is balance? Okay, some people say mind, body, soul, heart. We hear a lot of these things here. I liked the logo on the right hand side there. I think it's a balanced logo that intersects in the middle. You'll get some people that talk about the hierarchy within these, but ultimately it's all one of the same. Okay, spiritual is something that I think we need to tap into a little bit more. A lot of us, we get stuck in this physical. We seek acceptance from looking a certain way. This is the thinnest I've ever been in my life, but it's the happiest I've ever been in my life. I've been that bodybuilding guy, and I'm not knocking anything. And the older I get, I just try and share my story. People will pick up what they like, they put down what they don't. There's no judgment, it's just what's right for you. But we're stuck here in this physical realm. And we're so much more than that. But what I've also noticed as a PE teacher and a PT and things like that, the PTs that are a little bit more involved and realise that there's something greater than the physical body, then neglect it, they forget about it. It's talking about the consciousness and emotional well-being and balance, that we forget that we have this physical house. This is the only house that you ever need to really pay your mortgage. This is where you live every single day. So you need to look after it, and that's the foundations, is the physical stuff. So how you move, what you put into it, and then you can look at what you think, how you socially interact, and are you following your true soul's purpose and your emotional path. But before I touch on the 7 A's, I do believe the only thing that really has us in balance is the Creator, whoever that is that we believe in. Life is like playing that whack-a-mole, alright? You'll sort the physical thing, and then it starts popping up here. Then you turn your attention to that, and then something else pops up here. You imagine a colander, and whoever you believe in turns the tap on and gives you the water, the gift of life, the flow, and you plug the leak here, and then it starts popping up over here, and then you run out of hands and fingers and toes. That's why we're here to socially connect. You bring in other people to help, but you're never going to have it all lined up. That's a bit of an illusion. Whoever the puppet master is that's looking after us all, he's got that down. So we don't need to worry about it. Got one job: do what you love and love what you do. There's 7 areas I have in life, I believe. You'll see a lot of things over the internet. People will disagree with it. I think there's 7 key areas, and then there's 2 subcategories within each. So we've got health, purpose, play, love, environment, personal development, and finances. Within health is the physical we spoke about. So we've got exercise, nutrition, purpose, we have career, spirituality. Play, we have friends and hobbies. Social connection, please don't forget about that. I'm just putting music on and I don't really know how to move, and people may judge me if I start enjoying myself. Honestly, be more kid-like. Have some fun. You're not here, what's the quote that's all over Facebook sometimes? We're not born to work, pay bills and die. Have some fun, have a laugh. Love, family and intimacy. So, a lot of people were dancing with their friends and their families there, and then sexual healing came on and you can see the little glint in the eye. That's what makes the world go round, don't deny it. We want to connect with our partner. The environment, we want to experience different culture, different places. Personal development is probably the hardest. That is having the courage to go after what your soul really wants and balance those emotions. And I think it needs to be from the inside out rather than the outside in. It's a universal law of cause and effect. Most people wait for an effect before they have a cause. What you really need to do is cause the effect and focus on who you are. So contribution, motivation, inspiration. You need to be living those values every single day, and before you know it, you'll pinch yourself one day and go, I'm living my dream life. I'm right here, right now. You see the guy that was in the black suit that was looking out behind, seeing people to speak to? I asked for that at the start of the year, January the 2nd, and you know, put the ego massively in check, because I thought if I leave my company, who's going to run it better than me? There she's there. Thank God. Okay? So personal development is the hardest one. I say in finances, that's probably the biggest stressor in the modern world, right? Cash flow and investments. Can we make enough money to live in our values and enjoy life, and then invest for our freedom and our family's security? So that's the 7 areas that I believe. Within these, there's 7 human wants, 7 common human wants that I've found in my life. So we get love in the middle. We'll come back to that in a moment. Everyone wants abundance, but a lot of people are a little bit misaligned as to what that is. That's not having billions in the bank. It's not a state of receivership, if you like. It's a state of being. You need to feel abundant. And when Dwyer talks, it's not something we acquire, something we tune into. It's a frequency. So abundance. And you deserve all of these. Adventure, connection, contribution, love, structure, and support. So that's the common human wants that I've found. And here's the 6 common human needs. And needs and wants are quite interchangeable. I don't believe we need this, but this is the excuses that you'll hear for being out of balance for people. Need for control. Need for comfort. Need for complexity. We're humans. Oh, what about if that goes down and away we go? That will never happen, don't worry about that. Need for acceptance. Need for significance. And the need for speed. It's an infinite resource. It's one of the few infinite resources we have, but we operate every single day under the illusion that, oh, I don't have any time. Really? If that's one thing you don't have, maybe what, give yourself a check-up from the neck up. Huh? So the 6 common human needs I've renamed for the purpose of this presentation. We're going to call them the barriers to balance, okay? So we've got the control freak. Put your hand up if you're a control freak or you've ever been a control freak. No, I used to be a teacher. I used to make small humans do what I wanted for 60 minutes on the app. Security blanket, if you've ever needed that. Yeah. Analysis paralysis. Who's an overthinker? Cool. Popularity contest. Now this might not be a conscious thing, but if you allow yourself to just immerse yourself in that thought for a moment, that's linked to the acceptance. And it's linked to the modern day need to know more than the person next to you. Okay, it's like, I know more than that. Well, cool, if you want a smartphone, you've got it by default. You just hit Google, you know everything you need to know, it's there. Knowledge is not enough anymore. That's why I wanted you guys to dance, because hopefully that experience and embodiment will help the knowledge go in to the glial cells around the brain and absorb information a little bit more. So when you hear something on Facebook, I was trying to listen to this mad Scottish guy, I remember him, he made me dance to Beyonce. So that's what the brain really wants. It wants experience, because experience is the precursor to emotions and feelings. Face-offs. Who likes a good argument? 1, 2, the rest of you are liars. Because I guarantee, when someone doesn't agree with you, little babies close yours, you'll get pissed off. And you'll go up. And you'll make your point clearer. And you might have started the conversation with, what's your opinion on that? We don't want to know their opinion, we want our opinion to come out their mouth. So we go, yeah, I like it, you agree, you know how it is. So be wary of that. You're not going to go along with everyone. That's absolutely fine. And the need for speed, as we spoke about. So I'm just going to touch on these a little bit more in depth. So the control freak. This is driven by the ego. Women will talk about ego from a male point of view, and it gets confused sometimes with arrogance. He's got a bit of ego. Ego just stands for everybody's got one. Okay? I need you to own that. Because your egoic self is actually your best friend. That's from the left hemisphere of the brain primarily, but think of it as energy all around you. It's just keeping you safe. The brain is your best friend, but he's the laziest guy in the street. He's the laziest guy in the block. He likes the security blanket. He does not want to move if he doesn't need to. That's the guy that goes into analysis paralysis. What if this might happen? No, we don't do that, just you stay here. But familiarity, the start of familiarity is familiar. Family. So your brain's your best friend. So you try and keep you safe. So everybody's got one, but it also means to edge God out. And God is whatever you believe that to be. It's the true essence of who you are. It's the spirituality, it's the source, it's the divine in you that's given you these innate gifts to share to the world, but you don't believe you're worthy of it, so that's the biggest barrier you'll ever have, and you'll shut it down. But you'll feel out of balance. And then your mind becomes the body mind. The subconscious takes over. You wake up in the morning, and basically for the first 2 minutes of every day, I want you to make a deal with yourself. For the first 2 minutes upon waking, your brain is telling you a lie. oh God, what have I got to do today? Oh, what did I not do yesterday? Oh, that's right, I didn't do that because I'm not good enough. Nobody will love me. What's the point in doing that? That will never happen. Oh, yeah. Oh, cool, I know who I am. I can start doing it. And round we go. And we seek those familiar stimulus that keeps us there. We talk to other people about change, but unless you change your mind, going through the analytical mind from the conscious to the subconscious, you're always going to stay stuck. It's the biggest barrier we've got. So embrace the ego, but don't edge God in. No, he's just got your back. Okay? Love that quote from a very wise man. More the knowledge, less of the ego, less of the knowledge, more the ego. By Albert. We like Albert. Give Albert a hell yeah. The energy's dropping, get it back up. Hell yeah, Albert, thank you. Right? On to the second one, here we go. I'm sure you saw this one before. It's the comfort zone. In there is where the magic happens, or so we think. That's where we stay safe. Outside of it is where we really need to go, but that requires courage. It requires being able to live in your values no matter what other people say or do. Okay? Good quote from Jim Rohn. He said, don't wish it was easier, wish you were better. So, if you've ever said, oh God, this is just too hard, I wish it was a little bit easier. No, it's just be thankful for it, be grateful for it. It's just giving you an opportunity to bring your best. Okay? Barrier number 3, analysis paralysis. This is me. I'll be honest with you. What way should I go? How should I do that? Should I put on an accent today so people understand me better? Weird and wonderful things coming in here. And I love this, this quote from Teddy Roosevelt. Comparison is the thief of all joy. Who's ever said, or maybe I should do that, or I shouldn't do that? The only thing you should ever do is take should out of the vocabulary. Because should means you're comparing yourself to someone or something. And what you're really saying is that you're not worthy or good enough as you are. And I'm here to tell you, by God, yes you are. Give yourselves a hell yeah. Thank you. Right? Can't do it, get rid of the tea, you can't have a cup of tea. I can do it, okay? We are human beings, not human doings. Ditch the to-do list, be more. Family's your top value, play with the kids. That bill that you're stressing about is still going to be there, but you're going to be better equipped to deal with it after you've put something back in. Mothers, you've heard, Tyson, thanks for the intro, by the way. My dream and my vision is to create an online curriculum so families can homeschool their kids and directly plug that in to social databases of other teams so the kids can still have that connectedness and not rely on mum and dad too much and have their own kind of place to explore and develop. You guys in this room are the catalyst for it. As I said, get women in the dance floor first, men follow. If I hadn't watched my mum run about after everyone, and then at the end of the day, if she had 30 seconds to sit for herself and just go, that was classed as a win, that breaks my heart. But you guys are hardwired to do it. And society doesn't help. God forbid you do something for yourself. You go for breakfast with fellow mums. You know, there's this kind of peacocking syndrome, who's got the Silver Cross pram and what have you, like baby Jordans. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. You'll get a guy that goes on a works night out, he's probably drunk, he's pre-gamed it, and he'll go on there and all his mates will stand at the side of the dance floor and go, what the hell is this guy? Women, try it. Come on. Before you know it, the dance floors are washed because you've got 40, 50 of them on over there. And then the guys will get a little bit more Dutch courage and then they start sliding up, and then before we know it, we think, well, Justin Timberlake. But you lead the way. It's Mother Nature, not Father Nature. There's no mistaking that. So realise how special you are. If I don't get a bigger hell yeah for yourselves just now, I'm doing something wrong. Let me hear it. Yeah. Thank you. We're getting there, we're warming up. Popularity prize, I've touched on that there. Stay true to yourself. I love that. To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else, I think is the greatest accomplishment in today's world. We all want to be liked, loved or needed, that is fine. What is not fine, what we're willing to do to make sure that we're liked, loved or needed. Just go on Facebook, see some crazy things out there. People with some really low self-worth, some really high barriers. And they'll do anything just to get a thumb up for somebody that they've never met, probably never will, and if they did, probably wouldn't like. Because they wouldn't be accepted for who they are. Be 110% unapologetically you, please. World needs out. Don't disconnect from your true selves to connect to someone else. Numero 5, face-offs, right? Put your hand up if you think the one on the left is 3. Don't be shy. If you think the image on the left is 3 sticks, put your hand up. If you think it's 4, put your hand up. If you think the people who's put their hand up is wrong, tell them. Or be nice about it. It doesn't matter. Life is perspective. How you see the world, you will see through your unique set of values. How someone else sees it, will see it through theirs. There'll be commonalities between both, but there'll be massive differences, and that's the way it should be. Keep an eye on the time here. Need for speed. I love this. Speed kills, but it gets you there faster. Gets you where? Where are we going? Who rushes? There's a lot of mothers in here, don't you? 2 hands up for that. Who rushes around? Who says I don't have time? I wish I had more time. Where are you trying to go? These are questions we need to ask ourselves. If we don't know the answer, why are we doing it? If I stood up here and said, right, I want every one of you to give me 100k, you might not ask why, you might have another couple of choice words for me, but your brain would go, I should give him 100k. And if I can't answer it, you would do it. But you do things every single day completely with the subconscious because of the body-mind programming that you forgot to ask why. Right? And that's directly linked to why we're here. Okay? The people fear emergency. But I believe, if you break it down, it's the emergence of your why. As humans, we're hardwired to react to pain. When the pain becomes acute enough, we take action. Anyone ever had a toothache? A couple of days later, oh God, that's kind of referring up here a little bit. Oh, my whole jaw's numb. And then 3 weeks later, your tooth falls out. Oh, can I get an appointment, please? It's been talking to you for 6 weeks. You've ignored it. When the pain becomes acute enough, we react. Respond through your heart. Proact and prevent. Pardon me. And this is a cool thing that I do at a retreat. It's called your life ECG. And what we do is we go back from birth point to present day. We break into 7-year cycles. And we find out, if I was going to write your autobiography, what's the highlight reels and what's the low light reels. And you'll see that you'll go up and down like that. But as humans, we want a straight line. Because we want to get there as fast as we can. But we don't know where we're going, remember. So birth is point A, and death is point B. And we learned at school the fastest way to get between 2 points is a straight line. Do you really want your life to be a straight line? It means you can get there a hell of a lot quicker. I don't want to die quicker. I want to be here and connect to more people like you and change the world. So we need to be grateful for our wins that make us the victor, but we need to be grateful for our losses that make us the victim. And that's fine to feel like that. It's just not a very clever place to stay for any length of time. So don't fear the emergency, because sometimes it actually might be the catalyst to give you every single thing you want. If people want to know my personal story within that, feel free to connect with me later. As you can tell, I like talking, I like speaking to people as well, so I can bore you with that there, but I want to make it more about you and less about me. This is the difference between needs and wants that we put up. Needs are to sustain, survive, they're fear-based, they're generalised, and it's to go somewhere. Really. Wants entertain us, thrive, gives us creation, love, they're specialised, and it's ego. Remember, the ego is not to be feared. I want you to question every single thing that you've been taught, including what I'm telling you here. Do your own research. The opposite of love is not hate. Love is the only non-polarised emotion. It's complete, it's whole, it doesn't need another side. Hate is the little brother or the cousin of fear. As this frustration, anger, it all stems from fear. So if I gave you a choice, you would either be scared to do it and you would pull back, or you might just do it anyway, because your love for what's on the other side, that barrier, that block, might just get you back in balance. So everything you've ever loved is on the other side of fear. So fear comes from, when you fear, you have ignorance, you have doubt, you have anxiety, and it leads to illness and dis-ease. A full quantum state of balanced, unconditional love gives us knowledge, gives us confidence, it gives us clarity, gives us positivity, and it gives us wellness. I need to finish this blog. I've been writing it for a year. The only difference between illness and wellness is a little less I and a little more we. Look how they're spelled. Same, but I and we. Get rid of the I and see that it's about us and not me and you. It's together, you become well. Remember, solid as a? Yeah. Love this quote. And this is linked to the emergence of your why. Rock bottom became the solid foundation of which I rebuilt my life. J.K. Rowling, has she been successful? Does she live in her values? Did she encounter massive criticism and told you can't do it? Debt up to her eyeballs. It's a really beautiful story when you look at that. So, there is an easier way though. We don't need to wait to crisis point before we step up and be who we truly are. We can proact and prevent. The guys out there can talk to you more about it. You'll see some flyers here as well of our Nexus workshop we're doing 4 weeks today. It's a 2-day event. And that's what we're trying to teach kids, trying to teach families. We're trying to give them incredible health education through 3 pillars: fitness, wellness and consciousness. And we've got 20 speakers over 2 days who I'm really blessed to say that they're not only the best in Perth in Australia, but I believe some of them are the best in the world and what they do. And when you've got fitness, wellness and consciousness in check, you've got wholeness. You've got the keys to the kingdom. Because everything stems from your values. I would love to see some of you guys there. To connect families to true health education, to live long, happy, healthy lives with those they love the most. Stop giving your energy to people you don't give a shit about. They don't deserve it. And that's fine. It's not that we're better than them, it's just you love yourself too much. That's my 7 ingredients. This is quite a linear step, but as we've just discussed, life isn't always linear. This is quite idealistic, but I find out where we are in there and we can go from it. So, what drives human behaviour is our value set. Once we know what our values are, then we go, right, what knowledge do I need to do to take this up a notch? Once you get the knowledge, you go, right, that's not enough. Knowledge is power, disagree. Knowledge is the guy that you phone for the pub quiz that knows some cool shit, that wins you some bottle of Grey Goose or something like that. That's cool. He's the guy that could have been something but was succumbed by fear, stayed safe. Right? Knowledge is only powerful if you apply it in alignment with your values. So I could climb up to the top of the convention centre and jump off and land on my feet. It would be wise. People say knowledge is knowledge in action, that's wisdom. Well, that's knowledge. I know if I jump off, I'm going to hurt myself. I've done it. I don't think it's wisdom. Pretty silly. Wisdom, I believe, is the understanding of past experiences absent of emotion. It's no longer a good thing or a bad thing, a happiness, it's just a thing. Just a thing that was essential for growth. It got you over those barriers and it regained homeostasis, it restored balance in your life. So knowledge, experience, emotions, understanding. When you understand that, you have a kind of aha moment. You have a clear vision for your life. And this is where the male ego comes back in again. You need to let it go. Because if you try and force it, it's one of those barriers. It's the need for control. What you're saying to whoever you believe in, it created all this, that you have more control than them. You just go, no you don't, buddy. Back in your box. I've got this. You're not ready. You're not ready to accept it. You need to accept your big vision in a way that you've never experienced before. It needs to come as if it's a gift from God himself. Because if it's familiar, you've done it already. It's in the past. Something to think about. I feel as if I'm going a little bit deep here. Give me a wave if I'm going Scottish, and if I'm going a bit too sciencey here, let me know that we're still here. Here's my vision for this year. I want you to really listen if the internet's kind to us here. It is the 31st of December 2017, and I am completely in love with life. I am clear, I'm poised, and I'm grateful for all the opportunities that I have been given this year. I've achieved my lifelong goal of becoming a paid international speaker and author, as well as growing all areas of my company Gate to Life to ensure that we are the go-to trusted brand for all areas of holistic health. We continue to grow from strength to strength, having assisted over 150 families locally
are more than 2,000 online all over the world, a dream come true. My self-worth reflects my net worth, having grossed more than 250k with 100k profit due to residual businesses online and offline programs. It's not like me here today. Online and offline programs and speaking engagements and books. Sam and I have our first investment property. First investment property secured, and for the first time in my life, I have an untouched savings account to continue to look after my family's future. I am present and empathetic for all that I meet, and I feel I can help them as much as I have been assisted, which are cultural lessons I have learned from travelling the world, specifically Thailand. Where else have you been? Perth, America, the UK, Singapore, Australia. You get the idea. It's all good. I'm proud of myself here. Reward your wins. Once upon a time I'd be freaking out at that. Oh my God, and I'm trying to control it. It's cool. It's allowing you to connect to one of your highest values, which is connection. Just ditch that and have a conversation. One of the biggest barriers that holds men back, and you'll see the energy changing here. And I'm all right there for the first time in my life. That lights me up every day. 31st of December 2017, some of you go, it's the 22nd of July, crazy Scotland, what are you talking about? I'm not living in now. I'm living as my future self. That's why I'm so grateful for Carol giving me this opportunity. At the start of the year, I was killing my company Gate to Life. I designed it and I was killing it. And I said, you keep speaking to people about being a speaker rather than just speaking. And whatever way you dress it up, it's fear. It's fear to relinquish control and go after what you really love. Because you might lose a little bit of money to begin with, you might have all these barriers and all the rest of it, but it doesn't matter. If your heart is free, you need to have the courage to follow it. I'll talk about it very briefly because I've got 2 minutes left. March last year, I was diagnosed with a rare form of skin cancer. The automatic reaction was, how do I tell my wife and how do I tell my mum? If you haven't already, such this family is my top value. It's my biggest driver and it's my biggest detriment. The objective, if you have cancer or disease or illness, is get it going. Job one. Then look after everyone else. Mothers, you get this. You know this. You do it every day. Everyone else first, you second. This is the last attempt of the physical body to communicate with your soul and tell you to wake up. I was given that gift last year. Every morning when I wake up, I say, how can I take one step closer to my dream? Getting a bit misty-eyed here. Scottish, used to box. We don't do this. And this was holding it back. I think it's the greatest ability anyone can ever show is a vulnerability when your heart on your sleeve, because you become relatable straight away. Don't let the ego keep you paralysed, guys. You're worthy of everything you've ever wanted and more. And if you need a little bit of TLC to make you realise that, I would love to help. I wake up every single day going, I don't want people living 25 years not feeling good enough. That's been me. No more. Had it this morning. I bust up laughing. I've got that's me. Thank you. Thank you. Really believe it. This is what I wanted to do all year. And here it is. And it's led into multiple other opportunities. When you open your heart, the gates to what you really want are opened and welcome you in. So, the biggest barrier in your life is your addiction to a familiar past. As you try and control your future. Break the habit of being yourself and trust and surrender in the unknown divine. The universe has your back. I think it's Gabrielle Bernstein, I think her name is, a great book. My wife's, she's listening to that just now. I don't want to make any more about me, it's bang on 10 o'clock. You have been the first step in fulfilling my purpose, and I'm really grateful. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Tears, though, I've came to understand, is just a physical symptom of your heart communicating with your soul to tell you you're on purpose. So
So, any men that's watching this, allow yourself to be vulnerable and embrace the beautiful feminine energy that you have in your life from yourself, but mostly the women. You're the 1%, and I'm grateful for you every single day. Keep doing your thing. You deserve it. Thank you very much. Thanks for listening.